Hey guys, I haven't made a video in a while. I mean, it feels like forever, but realistically, it's probably a couple of months. Um, Several reasons for that. Uh, so I did start a new job. I don't know if I said that in my last video, but I started a new job at a hospital, and it's awesome. It's been taking up a lot of my time, and I have to be on call, and I have to do weekends too. Sometimes we cycle through, but like every 4 or 5 weeks will be my turn. But I've had a little bit of weight gain since probably the last video. I've probably had 5 actually pounds of weight gain, and it's very distracting to me and it's discouraging. But I've quantified why I had the weight gain. I wanted to share that information with you. Also started putting a plan into play that'll counter that, and I just wanted to let you know what my thoughts are on that and how I feel about it. Honestly, my thoughts are, for anybody who's never had surgery, a normal person, when they want to lose weight and be in shape and healthy, there's virtually no way you can do it without regular exercise and a good diet. I mean, I can't think of anybody except for very, very minimal people, small percentage of the population, that just are in good shape, thin, and don't have to do shit about it. Most normal people have to have a gym routine or some type of fitness routine, and they can't just eat whatever they want without abandon. So for a large part of my weight loss, I didn't focus on the fact that I had to do those things, because the surgery gives us such an advantage and such a jump start to weight loss that weight just fell off. And my mind says, well, weight's just going to fall off of you. But when I got down to about the 220 pound range, it started stalling a lot. It was really hard to come off of 220. And then at that point, if you remember in my videos, I started vaping. And I was vaping, and vape is nicotine, and it kills your appetite and speeds your metabolism just a little bit too. The downside is that it's an addictive drug, and it demotivates. Like I get demotivated with vaping, and I don't want to do anything other than sit around and vape. However, I also don't want to eat. So that helped keep, my calories down because I didn't want to eat at all. When I did eat, I could make a very easy choice of some egg or a small salad or whatever, because it was easy to make that choice. I didn't want to eat anyways. So no hunger desire. So go forward a month or so, I had actually quit vaping. Around the time that I started this new job in early September, early September I started the new job. And at this new job, we have swipe badges where I can go to the cafeteria. It's a big hospital campus. I can go to the cafeteria, eat whatever I want, swipe on the badge, don't have to pay for it. So I got into the habit of, if I was hungry, I would just walk over there and pick up some light chips or even a Mountain Dew or just junk food, crappy food. But I justified it because my job's kind of physical. I'm walking a lot. I get about 8 to 10,000 steps in a day. And I'm like, well, Chris, you're putting out a lot of energy. I had quit vaping, so my appetite was coming back. And I didn't think about, well, you should make this clean foods. You need to really focus on the food. I didn't think about it because I was like, you're doing good, Chris. You've lost almost freaking 100 pounds and you look better, and it's fine. You don't have to think about it. That was a mistake. Like I said, I'd put on 5 pounds. I had hernia surgery just before that job, and I think you guys know this. I think I've already mentioned it, but I had hernia surgery, which took me out of my workout, my going to the gym routine, for 8 weeks, and I never got back in. Like it killed the habit. The habit is so hard. If you get a routine together, you have to stay in habit. It's just so hard to keep it going. So that's part of it. There's so many other reasons. I stopped really charting what I ate. I stopped charting my measurements as much. I used to do it once a week. I would chart measurements, and therefore I had a good score of how you doing. How are you doing? I just quit thinking about it. Started drinking a little more often because of social life has picked up. Now that I feel better about myself and look better, I go out more often, and people like to hang around with me, and I've got friends who like me to go drink with them, do karaoke. My band still plays. We had a fight, but we got back together. but it's always an event where it's social and we want to drink a little bit. So in the wake of the 5 pound, almost 6 pound regain from 210, I got down to about 210, 208 sometimes. And I got up to about 216, 215, 216. I made some changes. And these changes have happened over the past couple of weeks. And here's what they are. And I guess this would be the root of this video is here's my advice. If you've had surgery, it's so hard because we have addictive personalities and you just tend to fall back into those habits, which is what I've done. But B, if you haven't had surgery and you have to adhere to one of these structured ideas, or as you know, normal people, you just gain weight. It's hard to keep it off, especially with all the crap that we have. We have macaroni and cheese, we have potato chips, we have all these luxury comfort foods, and none of them grow on a plant or outside, or even, I'm vegetarian, but even like a whole lean cut calf or chicken without all the grease that we cook them in. Grease is really a kind of a custom made food. It wouldn't happen in nature. You would have just put it over a fire and it would have so little fat. And that's what we do. We crap our food up with all the stuff that we put with it. So I don't eat meat, but I do eggs and cheese, and I don't do as much cheese either. It's a lot of fat. But anyways, here's back to the point. Here's the things that I've done. When I do go out and drink, I've made it light beer versus like concentrated alcohol shots, because I tend to like a volume. Like I tend to like to have a volume of liquid, and if that volume is vodka or whiskey or whatever, that's a lot of calories for a large volume. It's a ton of calories. And a larger volume of light beer is way less calories. And it's not my goal to go out and be smashed. I just like to be buzzed, but I've always, since I had surgery, carbonated drinks were a little hard on my stomach, but now I can tolerate them much better. So I've started drinking light beer, limeritas, I think is what they are. I don't really like beer, but I'm just doing it because it's less calories and it'll keep me sipping on something, and I'll have the volume and satisfy those and satisfy being a little buzzed when I go out. So I probably do that 3 nights a week. Second thing is, I started charting in MyFitnessPal what I'm eating all day long. And believe it or not, I mean, I'm not proud of this, but I don't lie to you guys. I want to tell you the truth, and so you can see my journey and compare it to yours and see if this advice helps you. But I was like, Chris, don't think about what you're eating. It's a normal day for you. You never think about what you're eating anyway, so don't think about it now. Just chart everything that you do, everything that goes in your mouth, and let's see how many calories you're actually getting. Because I felt like I was getting 1,500 calories a day on average, is what I felt like I was getting. When I charted 2 or 3 days and averaged out the number of calories I'm actually getting, if you include a drink day, about 2,700 calories a day. For somebody who's had the vertical sleeve, that's way too much. I mean, and it defeats the purpose of it. So I was very disappointed in myself. Looked at what it was, like actually broke it down, and I'm like, dude, this is where you're making your bad decisions. So I've modified that over the past couple of weeks, and my weight's coming back down. So I've done that, consciously thought about what I'm eating, consciously thought about what calories are going in, chart them so that I can see, rather than wonder, I can actually see what it is. Still am active at work. I still don't vape, so I had quit vaping, so I let that go. I very, very occasionally, my kids vape, so very occasionally I'll vape just because they're there, and if we've drank a little bit, I don't know why people do that, drink a little bit and then they want to vape or whatever. But I don't do it often. I do it like once a week or twice a week tops, and that's only for like an hour at a time, so it's not tons. And used to be all day long. I used to vape all the time. Also, I'm getting back into, it's winter here, tons of snow. I'm getting back into working out. So here's what I've done. It's winter and I quit going to the gym. I've paid $80 a month for my gym membership that they won't let me out of. And this is finally the month that I get out of it, but I'm not going to renew it, but I am going to continue to work out. So here's what I've done. I've always had a treadmill in my house. It's my girlfriend's treadmill. We've used it as a coat rack. But I'm going to start using it, and I purchased a home gym. So let me show you real quick. All right, so here's my living room. Here's the box that came in, tools I put together. It's an adjustable, reclinable bench. So it's nothing fancy. I got this from Walmart for 50 bucks. It's a Gold's Gym reclinable bench. I have the foam, the roller foam over there. I use that for my back. I lay down on the floor on it and let it run over my spine. It helps my spine. But also I have this gym rack. So I'm going to basically, you know, just kind of like a little home gym. It's got, the sheet comes, if you don't know what to do, it comes with some exercise tips. Like there's a whole couple of pages on suggestions. And here's my treadmill. So yeah, I mean, you got to do something. If you want to keep weight off and you want to get in good shape and not just average or just decent shape, I really want to be in good shape. And you can't have that want with no actions, absent of actions. That leads you nowhere. I mean, you just won't get it. So I'm trying to make a commitment to it again and get back on it, watching what I eat, minimal alcohol, or at least minimal, less than what I've normally been doing, watching my calories, charting them, get into some type of exercise. You know, I'm not going to go crazy on the treadmill. I might do 2 miles or whatever. It's better than what I've done, which is 0. And then the resistance, I actually enjoy lifting weights. So find something that you like. It's winter here, or I'd ride my bike. Bike, I think, is the best way to lose weight of all of them. And I love riding my bike. It's just, it's winter as shit out. So let me show you this. Show you out my window. Yeah, so I'm not going to be biking in this. Anyways, here is a shot of what I look like still. You know, I'm not in fantastic shape, way better shape than I was at 310, 315 pounds. So I hope this helps you. If you've been struggling, if you've been regaining, I hope this helps you get back on track. And just realize that if you think you're eating a certain calorie target, measure it. You probably aren't, especially if you don't know why, but you've kind of stalled. That's probably the culprit. If you're drinking, that's empty liquid calories. And I'm not advocating drinking, but I do it myself, and so I'm not going to condemn it either. I'm not trying to justify it. I just do it. Be aware of what you're drinking, how much you're drinking, and how it's contributing to your weight stalls or gain or whatever. So you got to get back into some routine. Hope this helps. You guys have a great one. See you next time.